God of War goes to Sparta. I'm upgrading the Theris Bane. I've been calling it the Theris Flame the entire game. I apologize. It's hard to get all the little details about every game perfectly. So I upgraded that, and now we're heading out to the Nexus of Atlantis. It's very tough. What was I going to say? Yeah, the Nexus of Atlantis. We have these Triton Assassins. They're very quick, and I was amazed that I got that parry because the guy was jumping at me from off screen. I mean, these guys, I want to say they're really tough, but an enemy that can simply be grabbed, but this is a hard battle. I would not say that this is an easy battle. But if you know how to parry and stuff like that, you're going to be on good footing here. I did want to say that the manner in which I upgraded the Theris Bane and got that fire magic up to the highest level it can possibly be at. So this video is going to be leading up to the hardest fight in the game that I consider that exists in this game, and by the time I get there, I will have enough to make a decision about what next upgrade I can do. And I was surprised that I was able. I've never had enough money to actually make that decision, but I had enough money by the time I got over to that part, so I could upgrade the last thing, or one of two last things that I need to upgrade that I consider important. One of which is the Eye of Atlantis, and I believe that I don't upgrade that. Having the Eye of Atlantis up to level 3 helps out, when you're facing the Gerons. But if I decided against that, because if I do that, then I won't have enough money by the time I get to the wretches in the death domain in the Thanatos' lair. So that's why I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get the Arms of Sparta up to level 4. So that's how I'm going to do it. You really need to conserve your health and magic, like I said in the last video. This is a hard fight too, but the Gorgons in this game, in this version of God of War, they're so easy it's not even funny. All they do is coil up and jump on you, or they'll try to stone gaze you, or, turn you to stone, like they did right there. But they don't even hit you with, usually they hit with their tail and their hand and their claws, but they're very, they're just not aggressive whatsoever. Anyway, so at all times, just remember that if you get to the final battle with the Gerons and those Harpies, just remember that. But when you get there, you need to have a full bar of magic, and you need to have as much health as possible. Because, like I said in a couple videos back, or maybe it was even the last video, this game it's very erratic about upgrading or regenerating your life, because in God of War, it's common knowledge that if you continually die, the game grants you a little bit of your health back every time. Every time you die and you say restart, you'll notice that you're going to get a little sliver of your health back every time. But it doesn't mean you get all your health back. It just means that you get a little sliver of it back up to a certain point that the game establishes, and then they stop giving you health. And on the Geron fight, I believe that doesn't occur, like it doesn't occur in many areas of this game. So, whatever health that you're at when you get there, that's all you're going to get, no matter how many times you die. Now, I could be wrong about that, and hopefully I am wrong, because that's a hard part, and I would imagine that you would want to get some of your health back, but don't depend on that. Never depend on that. Just depend on having and conserving your magic, and just doing your best in all these battles. And if you have to, just restart the battle and save at the checkpoint. And if you're doing poorly, just restart or quit game and then load the game again. So this is a hard room over here, and you may have noticed that when I first came in here, I didn't get the 2 treasure boxes outside. I'm just going to get them afterwards. So now we have these Triton enemies plus this automaton here this gearhead walking around, and you want to prioritize obviously the Tritons. This could be very aggravating, and if you want to, you might. I should have got the health. I don't. The reason I didn't is because last time I didn't do it, and I didn't want to depend. I don't know why. I'm erratic too, just like this game, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes I just like to, because I knew I was going to be coming right back to it. I just wanted to save it. I like knowing I had an extra box on hand, but it wouldn't really even matter. So just take these guys out, fling them once, and then when they land on the ground, just rip them in half. It's a pretty basic combo. And then you see here, I'm almost at death's door, but he's going to give me a little health for killing him, and I believe there's a treasure box with health outside. So how this worked out for me is that I was pretty much needing health. Every health chest, every one of those like health and magic chests, those alternating chests, every one of those that I came to, I would be like really depending on the health option for those chests. So I'm gonna take this guy down with the quick time events, and okay, so we got the key. Now we're gonna have to come back through here, and there's another battle, but it's easier. So what I would recommend is for you to not use magic. If you have most of your magic, then you can use a little bit of it, but don't use it. Just you're gonna have to decide your own risk factors about using magic. But at this point in my campaign, I was needing health a lot, so I was needing to use magic, not very much, but I needed a lot of health pickups. So here's there's a quick a cutscene here. I skipped it, and then now we're gonna be heading back into that same room that had those enemies a moment ago. And you see how much orbs I got? I almost have 9,000 orbs. So this room over here, it's not hard because we're dealing with enemies that you can block all of their attacks, and there's a lot of the enemies, but they're easy enemies. They're the minotaurs with the clubs, and those huge mallets, and then these gorgons. So this always, for you, it'll probably work out so that the gorgons are stoning and petrifying other gorgons and these minotaurs. It's just how it always works out. The enemies, it just you don't even have to really rely on much luck. It just happens all the time. You see, that guy just got he was getting petrified, and then the gorgon petrified him so much that he just blew up. You can block, like I said, you can block all the attacks of the Minotaur, like I've been saying, and you don't have to worry about the Gorgons hitting you, except for that attack right there. But those are just quick time events you have to win. Yeah, so don't really have to do much here, except just kind of go with the flow, see who's getting stoned, see what's going on. It's not tough. You should not even receive any damage here, because when the Minotaurs hit you, you can block their attacks, and also when they ram at you, it's just a quick time button you need to press, and then you win it. You don't receive any damage, which is good. So yeah, you should not be receiving damage over here. You should actually be getting health and magic drops. There's absolutely no reason to use magic over here. So now we're heading out of the place that we entered. See, there's just a lot of enemies, and this is the reason why I had so many orbs, and I was able to get another upgrade before the Geron battle. But I think that I'm going to, or rather, I think that I went with upgrading the Arms of Hate, the Arms of Sparta. And that's never happened to me. I've never had. I think maybe it has. I'm not sure, but it would be nice to have the Eye of Atlantis up to level 3 for the Geron fights, you know, but that would waste so many orbs that I wouldn't be able to upgrade my my arms of Sparta by the time that there's some very tough Wraith encounters that I need that particular weapon for right after the Geron fight. So we're just exiting this area, saving it, and then heading on over to the right. So I'm going to grab these 2 chests that I saved, and then go back and save it. We are going to be coming up to some pretty tough battles, but for now just hit this grappling point, and then climb up the scalable wall, and then there's going to be a chest over to the right. Yeah, so it was a toss-up for me, you know. It was either upgrade the Eye of Atlantis to level 3 or upgrade the Arms of Sparta to level 4. And they're both... It's just that the Eye of Atlantis would have come in handy on the Geron fight, but then that would have left me with an even harder battle up in the Domain of Death in the next video. So I decided to just bear with the first fight and then know that I can fall back on, you know, having a good weapon for that next area. So here's Linnaeus. This was the dungeon master earlier in the game when we first acquired Thera's Bane. So it's kind of funny when you're first coming in here. He's like, before he could see who you are, he's like, thank Zeus, someone's come to help me. And then he sees Kratos, and then he says, get out of here, and then he throws down that gate. So for these crawlers on here, just close the gap between you and them. Try your very best to not get hit too much on this part, and conserve your magic. Because I got to the Geron fight that is going to it'll be the last fight in this video, and I got there, and they do not regenerate your health 1 iota. So whatever you get, whatever health and magic you come to that fight with, that's all you're ever going to get. Normally that's not the case, but I guess with these games, these 2 PSP ports, it's a different story. But so you need to come there with as much. I came there with like a little sliver beyond. I mean, I had like 1 little inch left and then otherwise I would have a full health bar. And then I had all my magic. I thought there would be treasure boxes after the Geron fight, but not so. I mean, refilling these kind of chests after, but you don't get any until the Domain of Death. So I was counting on some after that fight, and then also in the Domain of Death. So I didn't find any after the fight, not in this Dominion. So there's a fight up here. Before we can use the key that we just acquired, we're gonna have to fight a. So there, I was just kind of glancing at how many I needed to get the upgrade. Okay, so equip your arms of Sparta, and just I like to jump and then throw projectiles at these guys. There's only about, I think, 2 and then 1, and then that's it for those guys across the way. And then again, be as careful as you can here not to get hit. See, I got hit once. And I may get hit again. I'm not sure about this particular take, but I knew that there was 1 more health and magic chest before the Geron fights. So I knew I could depend on at least 1 more chest. So that's probably why I ended up on that boss. It's not a boss fight, but the last fight in this video. That's why that hit right there that I just received dealt us quite a bit of damage. So the chests give you jack shit for health. I mean, they don't give you anything. Like the amount of health I have right now to get a chest, it wouldn't even fill me up. That's pretty pathetic. It's weird. Every God of War is different. But really excited to see God of War Ascension. Really excited. And it's okay. So we took that guy down. By the way, my God of War Ascension guide, it'll probably be about 6 months after the release date, just because I need to familiarize myself with that game. Maybe a little longer, maybe a year, maybe 9 months. You know, I don't just rush out guides. I don't shit out guides. So Descend here. The Wii U came out today, but I bought one online, so it's not a postal shipping day. It's a Sunday today, so I'm gonna have to wait. What am I doing here? Okay, here I'm upgrading the arms of Sparta, because in the Domain of Death there's one fight that's very tough, and it's nice to have these two attacks that you have right here. I actually used them a couple of times on the Geron fights. So for those barrage attacks, you just hold the R1 button and then you charge with the square button or the triangle button. I prefer to use the square button. I don't like the triangle button attack. I think it's called Ares Vengeance or something, but the Ares Barrage is the one I use consistently. It's you hold the R1 button and then you hold the square button until it's charged up. So over here, kind of just press your face against the wall here, and then you need to do 3 dashes. So there's 1 and then 2. See, the second one doesn't quite make it, so do one final one, and then you're going to get the O prompt, and then rotate the analog stick. They give you enough time. There's going to be one little sequence like that in a moment too, right over here. So just be prepared to press the circle button. You could actually just keep spamming the pressing of it, and then rotate the left analog stick in whichever way you want, as long as you're doing it in a 360-degree manner. So we're coming over here now, and where are we? Okay, there's nothing to the right. There's nothing up. There is a chest over here, which you want to grab. So we're coming up on the Geron fights pretty soon. There's one more little skirmish before them, but it's not a big deal. And the enemies, there's a line that they don't cross over here, literally. When you see these Tritons over here, you're going to have 2 or 3 Tritons. I think it's just 2 Tritons on the ground, and then there's going to be some on the stairs around the corner to the left. See this move right here? I tried to do it there. There it goes. I don't think I was able to hit these guys from where I was. That's why it would have killed these guys in like 2 hits of that barrage. So that's the attack right there. It's a really good move. See, they don't even cross down that line. It's pretty sad. They couldn't program the game to make these kind of guys come down the hallway. So take advantage of that. And it's a little bit unnecessary, but if I were to get hit right there, I would be getting even less health. So look, check this out. I'm trying to get some more health to recover, and it doesn't even fill me up. There's a little sliver left of it, and I thought there might be some health in here, but nope, magic. They gave me magic when I don't need any magic. So here's the fights up here. They're very tough. I think this is one of the toughest fights in the game. Possibly the toughest. So when this fight starts, there's going to be 4 flying harpies. Now, when you kill 2 of them, that will spawn the first Geron. If you kill all 4 of them, that spawns the second Geron. So what you want to do is just kill 2 of the harpies at first, and then deal as much damage to the first Geron as you possibly can. You see, this is inevitable to have to kill that one there. And I didn't mean to throw arrows at that guy, but it just occurred that way. But this is a pretty good technique, because you're eventually, I've never been able to not fight 2 at once, but it's just, if you could, keep this one guy spawned without having that second one spawn, for 2 at a time, it's really good. So that harpy's still there, so as long as there's a harpy still on the map flying around somewhere, you're never going to be fighting 2 of these guys at once. So do I grab that one? I'm not sure, but now the other one spawns. Just be aware that when the harpy goes down, then the second one's going to come up, or the third one, rather, in this case. So I think I may grab him. No. Here I'm just throwing the spear projectile at... I normally don't throw... this is kind of rare for me to do throwing spears, but it's really good because these enemies are horrible. It's the rolling mechanic, the evasion mechanic, is way too slow. I just grabbed the harpy right there because I was sick of looking at it. But you can either use the Scourge of Errands that I have is only at level 1, so it really wasn't doing much damage, but it was enough to take this one guy. This was the second guy that spawned, and he's out for the count. Now it's just this one guy left. And I probably shouldn't have used any magic, but I think I was going for combo points here. So it's just this last guy here, this third one, and I shouldn't have been so wasteful with the magic in hindsight, because I thought there were chests after this. I could have sworn that they gave you health and magic right after this. They do, but it's in the death gate. I mean, they do, but I thought there would be two of them. One here in this area, and then one in the death domain of death. So if you get hit now, it would be, you would have to start over up on the balcony, jump down, and do the fight over. It's just a tough fight, but if you could control the fight by not killing those harpies, and then it'll make the whole sequence a little bit easier, because it's tough no matter how no matter how you look at it. It's a tough fight because those enemies, when they're grouped in more than one, when they teleport, there's no telling where they're going to go, and sometimes it's just luck. You happen to roll in the right place, and then sometimes you just get fucked by rolling in the wrong place. You do a really well-timed roll, but they happen to just get in your face way too much. So this was a long video, and the next video is going to be long too, because these are going to be some in-depth videos of these later areas and eventually the final areas of the game. So hit the save point, and then yeah, what I thought was that there were going to be a couple of chests up on top of this cliff over here, but I was wrong. And so we're at the death gate, and this effect right here is right out of God of War 2. How these branches kind of coil around themselves like that. But anyway, I'm going to take off, and I will see you guys in the domain of death. Stay safe.